I'd like to express my sadness at the passing of Margaret Mahy, Order of New Zealand, one of New Zealand's best-loved authors. Ms Mahy's books, short stories and contributions to New Zealand's school journal have been part of New Zealand's children's lives for generations. On my visit to the United Kingdom recently to celebrate Her Majesty the Queen's Diamond Jubilee, I gave the children of the Prime Minister, David Cameron, a copy of Margaret Mahy's classic, A Summery Summer's Morning. It is a quintessential New Zealand book which we thought would give the Cameron children a taste of what life in New Zealand is really like. The final verse of her story reads as follows: "If you want to walk in peace, walk in peace, walk in peace, don't let your dogs upset the geese on a summery Saturday morning." May Margaret Mahy rest in peace.
I stand on behalf of the Labour Party to also offer our condolences and respects to the Margaret Mahy Order of New Zealand. Margaret was the eldest of 5 children, born in Whakatane. She wrote her first story at the age of 7, a story called Harry is Bad. It's probably signalled a rather different approach to writing than perhaps we have seen before. She wrote more than 100 picture books, 40 novels and 20 collections of short stories, a prolific writer in her time.
Margaret Mahy once told a group of children that when she was young, she loved stories so much that she felt compelled to start writing so that she could squeeze herself right into the stories. She wrote her first at age 7, and that was followed by at least 300 more. In that process, she squeezed generations of us into her stories too. Her characters are part of our collective memory, and they help us to tell our stories.
On behalf of New Zealand First, I echo the sentiments of this House. Margaret Mahy was a national literary treasure. Within her lifetime, she wrote hundreds of works, including over 100 picture books, 40 novels, and 20 collections of short stories. Her contributions to the New Zealand school journals enriched the lives of countless Kiwi kids by capturing their imaginations. In turn, this inspired generations of school-aged children to take an active interest in reading.
When asked where she lived, Margaret once replied in her classic style, "I live in a place called Governor's Bay. It seems to me a mysterious place, a still cloudy sea surrounded by sharp hills, rocky and bare, but with dark bush and wrinkles and gullies." For lovers of Māori television, this landscape came to life in a recent rendition of Margaret Mahy's story, Kai Tangata Twitch. That story had all the ingredients that drew children and adults alike to its tale: mystery, supernatural occurrences, fascinating characters, breathtaking scenery, and a strong cultural context in the relationships between Māori and Pākehā, the association of tangata whenua with a sense of place. This is what she left for us, a sense of place. She has helped to shape our sense of who we are, to define our own picture of the world. This is something that all of us want to relate to. And I'd like to say that I'm particularly partial to her 1993 classic, A Busy Day for a Good Grandmother.
Her legacy will live on from Governor's Bay, and her stories that our great-grandchildren will continue to read for a long, long time. Our thoughts, Mr. Speaker, are with her family and friends at this time. Margaret Mahy now walks in eternal peace.
While her life may have come to an end, her legacy will be such that generations of New Zealanders will continue to enjoy her stories for many, many years to come. We have lost one of our literary giants today. We've lost one of our great New Zealanders, and it's appropriate, Mr. Speaker, that this House pay tribute to her family and to her friends, and acknowledge the loss that they must feel at the moment. Margaret Mahy, great New Zealander, fantastic author, friend of children everywhere, may you rest in peace.